to episode 323. I am your host, Keith Andrew. Along here is the talented and beautiful Janna Davis, and I just want to say thank you for being a guest on my talk show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm delighted.
Absolutely. And the honor is all mine. Now, for people who want to know what my talk show is about, the whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still overcome controversy and reach my goals in life. At the same time, I'm able to turn myself into a perfect example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities. But you should never give up, and you should prove to people you can still amount to something no matter what. That labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be. And you should prove to them you can still amount to something. Now, with that being said, half hour, 45 minutes of your time. Say anything you want. Curse if you want to. Get up, walk around. It's whatever you want to do. Express yourself. And starting off, what can you tell us about yourself?
Well, my name, like you said, is Janna. You said it perfectly. Rhymes with banana. I get a lot of variations of that. So just if anyone was curious, I'm from Virginia originally. And I've always been the type of person that is interested in a lot of things. Like I was that little kid that wanted to be a ballerina, like every other little girl. But I also wanted to, do lots of other things. Like I wanted to be an actor and a teacher and a hairstylist and an astronaut. I have always wanted to have many careers, have many different stages in my life. And, at this point in my life, I think that I've done that. And I think that is very, becoming more acceptable these days, that people aren't just one thing. They're not just, like our parents' generation or our grandparents' generation, that they were just a teacher or they worked for XYZ company for so many years. So I think that that's cool, that I live in a time where that's very acceptable, that you're not just an actor, but you are whatever, a hairstylist as well, and a producer, and you have all these different hats. I imagine even you producing this talk show, you totally understand that, because you have to wear, I'm sure, so many different hats to just be able to do what you're doing.
No, absolutely. I agree with you. And it's basically, I'm doing the best I can with a learning disability. I'm promoting myself. I'm networking any way I know, through people I know. And for the record, say, if I look at people's friends list, I don't say, hey, Jenna, refer to me. I play it nonchalant. I'd be like, hey, I came across your profile. This is who I am. This is what I do. Would you be interested in working together? That's pretty much it. So, I network through friends. But basically, I know that's not always the best thing to do. But, it's just always better to do your own thing. So I'm always on LinkedIn, Twitter, Stage 32, LinkedIn. If you could recommend any websites for me, I appreciate it. Starting to use YouTube to network a little more. But it's constantly like the big ones. LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. I'm always on there networking, promoting myself, advertising myself, doing what I can, doing the best I can with a learning disability. And it's kind of gets overwhelming after a while and frustrating, because, I'm doing everything, and I don't feel like it's moving, or it's, like with your acting career, when you first started, you're like, oh, this role was great. Performance was great. But why isn't it moving?
I mean, yeah, I totally, I hear your struggle. I think, with so many things, it's just persistence, and you don't even know, how many people might be watching you or, impacted by you, even if it's not, quote unquote, moving in the way that you want it to. For me, I feel like if I'm able to positively impact somebody, even if it's just one person. Like there's a saying, like save one person, you save the world. I don't know if I agree with that, but like for me, like it's kind of changing my mind frame of like like what does moving even mean?
Right.
Like really being clear with like what I want. Like, do I want to be an A-list celebrity like actor? Like for me, like no, because I don't think that I even would really enjoy the lifestyle that like comes along with that. Not that I wouldn't love like, you know, fame and success and the money that comes along with that, but for me, if I'm impactful, if I, you know, am able to have a positive influence on somebody, and also like personally, I think that the work that comes with building something and building it yourself, like I've learned to enjoy that like struggle or enjoy that that process because that's what it is. Like it's not. I don't want like my life's work to be like in pursuit of this end goal, like whatever that is. Like I really, I think since I've started, which you know wasn't yesterday, I've come to enjoy the process and enjoy like the little wins, you know. So I think like I would just encourage you. Like it seems like you've are prolific in your work. Like you've had so many interviews, and I'm sure that you've impacted many people. Like even just me, like seeing what you've done. I don't have a learning disability, but I have definitely had adversity in my life. People telling me, you know, that I can't do something. Even like when I was a little girl, my mom took me to our doctor, a primary care physician, and I don't even know what was the reason for my coming in there. But this doctor told my mom, and I was sitting right there, that that he thought that I was like mentally retarded or something like that. Like not saying it as a derogatory term. Like he wanted to put that diagnosis on me. I don't know why, for what reason, but you know, the things that people say that you can or can't do, you know, from a young age, especially, like, are impactful. And like for me, my like main thing that I want to prove to myself and to inspire other people is that even if they gave up in the past, that they can do it. So on top of acting, I'm also a dancer. I'm a professionally trained ballet dancer, and I gave up when I was 18. Like I didn't get immediately accepted into the companies that I auditioned for. You know, I was told I don't have the right body type. I was heavier. I was struggling with an eating disorder, and you know the answers that people kept on giving me were just like no. And so I gave up for like over a decade. I was just done. I'm like, I'm done. This is too painful. You know, and now at a different point in my life, older, you know, wiser, more comfortable in my body, all these things, I've actually been able to dance professionally, and I aim to inspire people through that. So I applaud you in your efforts. Like, I just say, like, keep going with it, you know, because you don't know how many people are impacted by you. They might not like reach out and be like, oh, Keith, like, thank you so much, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not like a huge influence to somebody that either is struggling with a learning disability or even just like me, like being told like, no, you can't do this.
No, I agree with you. It's just basically if you're happy with yourself, and it's basically it starts like this. If you're happy with yourself, then you can proceed on that and then make other people happy. It's like just climbing that ladder. You know, it's the whole climb the ladder, climb and get the brass ring, the whole speech. But it's basically, I'm really rusty at this. I haven't done my interviews as of late. And it's just, basically, it's just proving to people, it's like, hey, you can, I was the same exact thing, you know. I'm labeled as mentally challenged, mentally disturbed, retarded. But I'm going to show you that those labels don't mean a damn thing. That I can still overcome controversy and I can still amount to something. It's basically, fine, you want to label me as this. That's more motivation for me to show you I can still amount to something.
Absolutely. And it seems like you're doing that, so.
Now, I'm going to have some funny questions for you. I'm going to push on you, you got to push back, whatever. And you make this you can ask me the most intense questions you want. I'm going to put you in the driver's seat in a couple minutes. But first thing I'm going to ask you is 2 easy questions. When do you went to college? Were you a study nerd or party animal? And did you do any sports?
Okay, so I definitely was a study nerd. I love my sleep. I am like a sleep enthusiast. And as much as I would want to be a party animal at that time, which I'm just really not, but I would be the type that would like go out with my friends, like my close girlfriends, whatever, for a drink, a couple drinks, whatever. And there are pictures of me like asleep, like at the bar. So I just love my sleep too much to be a party animal. And I'm very much, I work hard, and I love learning new things. If I could go back, I would have even studied more, because man, like, that's the time that you have, like when you go to college, just to like soak it all up like a sponge. And there are things that I'm like, man, I wish I would have paid more attention in my computer classes or whatnot, because now, like, even to just get on this Skype call today, I'm like calling my husband over, like, come here, where's the volume, all of this. So yeah, definitely a study nerd, and could even be more so. And sports, no, I have zero hand-to-eye coordination. It's to the point where, like, my cousin sent me for Hanukkah this like little toy that it's called a kendama, I believe. It's this wooden toy from Japan that like teaches you hand-to-eye coordination, because I just have none. Like, you would think as a dancer that I could, be first draft for like at least some kind of minor league baseball or something, but no. The ball will come to my face. I'll just be like, ah. Yeah, so it's like fear and lack of coordination, hand-to-eye coordination. No sports for me.
I hear ya. I lost count how many times I got whacked in the face with a ball. And I was like, if you can tell me here's the ball, I will get ready. It's like, think fast.
Right.
I got whacked in that face. I lost count how many times I got whacked in the face.
Did you enjoy it, at least? Not getting whacked in the face, but like the playing of sports? Like, do you like it? Do you like watching sports?
Occasionally, I'm a professional wrestling fan. I bought my own trophy. Basically, a long story short is been doing this for 2013. Yeah, this June. Don't mind me, I just had a brain fart. This June will be officially 4 years. So I had a choice to buy myself a little trophy. If you want, I can show you. But, I got myself a little trophy. I could have gotten something like, Season 1, in Season 2, and Season 3. And I got myself... Actually, I would like to show you.
Sure.
I usually like to save this for just my wrestling interviews, because it would make more sense, because it has a wrestling theme to it. But... for you, I'm making an exception.
I'm special.
And basically, I could have gotten a couple mini things, but I wanted something that's already falling apart. Money well spent. It's basically, excuse my language, but I fucked it up. So basically, I call it in my imperfect championship. And basically, I use that for myself, saying I'm imperfect. Yes, I do make stupid mistakes. It's the family and whatever. Or, giving you the wrong impression before we got started. So I'm imperfect. So basically, and this belt's falling apart. Money well spent, $200. So basically, long story short, Crowns, if you go to crowns.com, they do custom trophies.
Okay.
So, like I said, I could have gotten a custom trophy, a cat trophy would have my name, it says season 1, or a phone case says season 2. And I was like, well, why not get one big thing that commemorates everything? This says everything from season 1, 2, 3, 4, and beyond. So, with that being said, I'm honored and present my wrestling belt.
Nice.
And for people who want to know, and same thing as I said when I started, and my parents think this is ridiculous, but, whatever, I like it. The whole point of this belt is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still overcome controversy and reach my goals in life. And I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities that you should prove to people it's about something that labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be. And this belt's really nice. You can see it's a little scuffy because I told him when I got this that I wanted this centerpiece to be glass instead of some plastic thing, so occasionally it would start peeling off.
Mm-hmm.
So I use Gorilla Glue. Don't ask me why. I use Gorilla Glue, and I glued this to it. So now you can see it has a little scuff marks in it, and it's covering up the thing. And you can, for an example, right here, you can see on the winged piece, you see how it starts to peel in a little bit.
I can't really see from here. It looks beautiful and shiny and personalized, and I don't see these imperfections. I believe that they're there, but it's looking good from where I sit.
Yeah, I appreciate it. After the actually, I have it out. Might as well show it off, right? Basically,
you can wear it if you want.
For 4 years, I purposely waited. Said, should I get something for? And if there's any trophies you like to show off, I don't want to be out like obnoxious or anything.
I don't have any, or certainly not within what am I trying to say? Arm's reach that I could grab them. But I totally applaud you in your personalizing a trophy for yourself, or
right.
just like that feels good. Because my parents, when I was young, I was a wee thing. I think my sister had won a trophy. My sister's very smart and was always winning educational trophies at school or whatnot. And me, being younger than her and being a little brat, was like, I want a trophy as well. Something like this. So my parents, remembering it, this is actually very sweet. I'll have to thank them. They got me this little trophy, personalized as a little gold angel, and it says, Janna, best little winker. Because at the time, and I think I was 5 years old, I thought it was really fun to go around and wink at strangers. I was a little tart. And I guess I was really good at it, something, I don't know, back and forth, winks, I don't know. But, the trophy was probably cost more than it should have and whatnot. But I still have it to this day. Again, it's in a closet somewhere, I'm not sure where. But it's really special, and I think it's good to reward yourself, or if you have kids. I don't have kids, but treat them. It's like a treat yourself type of thing, If that commemorates you being on the air for 4 years, that's great.
No, absolutely. Occasionally I show it off. Let's show it off once it becomes officially 4 years this June. But I also got it because I wanted to reward myself. And make a long story short, I do permission forms. And this is going on the record. I use permission forms. So basically it's like this. It says it has the show name, it has what I do, explains it, and you sign it. And basically it's okay, KeithAndrewNetWork, host, Keith Andrew, has a learning disability, blah, 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 blah. And he signed it and he agreed to let me use the interview. My problem was when I first started, I was taking people at their word. So a lot of people, little by little, would say, and this is how they talk. Yeah, I talk. Don't take this the wrong way, but my agent said, my publicist said, it's degrading to be with people like you. Can you take it down? I thought doing the interview with you would benefit me, but it was a waste of time. Take it down or I'm going to sue you. Or, this and that. Or can you have it on private? The first time, okay. The second time, alright. It's like, alright. And then the third time, and then the fourth, and like, then why the hell am I having all these interviews on private if you're not going to be like, and then that's the next excuse, oh, we're embarrassed to see with people like you. You're not professional, you're this, you're bad, you're an asshole. Blah. So it's kind of like, and you were supposed to be, if everything went as planned and I didn't find those jackasses, like I said, I have no filter on this vent. If I didn't find those jackasses, you were supposed to be 423. Because I originally did 300 interviews. And unfortunately, basically my sister says you need, you have to be trademarked, you have to be copyrighted, blah, blah, blah. So I went to an agent, to a lawyer, and I said, how much is trademark? It says $2,000. And it's like, well, you're not making money, so I wouldn't say be trademarked because you'd be pissing away $2,000. Two, you have an online, and I don't mean to complain to you, I apologize.
I'm all ears.
Just saying. So everyone wants to know the story. And it said, 2,000, you're not making money, don't do it. You do not have to be anything else, business licenses, because you're online based and you're already making a presence of yourself. People know who you are. And your biggest mistake was you should have had a permission form saying who you are, what you do, and do I have your permission to interview you, like what you signed and all my other guests signed. But I was taking people at their word. So I went through all 300 people, and from 300 I had to, I got out of the 300, I was luckily able to get back to 240, and I had to make up the rest. But you were supposed to be, and it still pisses me off, because I did it wrong from the beginning. That was my mistake, I wasn't thinking. Plus, no one was helping me. Like I said, I didn't mean to bitch you. It's just basically, you were supposed to be 432. And I had to take everything down, re-edit it. I was originally called Uncensored, so it was the KeithAndrewNetWork presents Uncensored, episode 1, 2, so I took everything down, I said screw it. Took everything down, erased the introductions, came up with it, and I was like, well, I need something else to be called besides Uncensored, because everyone was using the name, your husband would use Uncensored, you would use Uncensored, I would use Uncensored. I'm like, well, it's not really original, because you guys are using it, your cat is using it, my dog's using it, so it's kind of like, we need something better. Well, I have the KeithAndrewNetWork. Why not use it? So I took everything down. It says KeithAndrewNetWork Season 1, Episode 1. Did it all for the others. So it's a brand new, every season has a different introduction to it. So for a perfect example, I didn't want to do, 2013, I think there was Skype Recorder, but I'm not really sure. But when I first started, I was doing this. What you show on the camera, you're the camera, and this is the guest. So what the camera saw, this is what you saw. So I didn't want to be seen. Basically, long story short, I started doing phone conversations. I was still having panic attacks, and this is not working. This is basically therapy for myself. I had to interact with people, work on my people skills. And to be honest, I've gotten a lot better over the 3.5 years. So I started from the phone, don't ask me why. I wanted to work as blog talk radio, but I was like, I don't have a guest every single day, and I didn't want to piss away $48 a month. And there would have been times where they would have been, well, when we finish this real rant, take them also down and pass it back to you. So basically, I wanted to do the phone interviews so I could talk to the blog talk radio, upload them to the radio. But I wasn't having a guest every single week, and there were times where I would be in a dead heap, where, okay, I have to pay for October for $40, but I wouldn't be doing anything with the website. You're pissing away money. I didn't want to do that. And plus, at the same time, I met a lot of people, arrogant asses, who said, I'm uncensored. Now, I thought Blog Talk Radio didn't want anyone with the name uncensored. They were pretty sick of it. Well, how are you any different? Long story short. So, I then did it over. Did my show over a lot of times, actually, the more I think about it. So, did it from the phone, did it over. So now, season 1 is from the phone. Season 2 is you're the camera, you're the guest, here's the camera. So instead of you being the camera seeing what's on the phone, this is the camera and it's recording from the screen. Mm-hmm. And later on, my brother told me about Skype Recorder. So now it's cut in half. So basically, before that, it's you're here and I'm in a tiny little box, or I'm full screen and you're in the little box, whatever. And it's basically you start transition. Okay, you recording from the phone to the computer screen, and later on, towards the end, season 2, beginning at 3, Skype Recorder is now in HD, same format as the last season. Cut in half, I'm on the right, you're on the left. People said, well, why didn't you do that from the start? I could have, I should have, but then you wouldn't have seen any transitions. You wouldn't have seen progress. Yes, you would see my face age. Yeah, I know I have a fat face. You would see me gain a fatter face over the 4 years, but you wouldn't really see a transition. Kind of, if you want to think about it. But I wanted to show there was difference. Phone, computer camera, whatever. But it's basically, over the 4 years, to show my struggle. I tried doing the phone interviews. It didn't work. It's like, okay, do it over, record directly from the camera. Then from the camera to record from the computer screen. And record it from the computer screen to now Skype Recorder. And I'm eventually going to get better and better, working on getting in a studio. But it's basically showing you, yes, I could have taken the easy way out. I'd done Skype Recorder from the start. But I was doing everything ass backwards, so I'm like, I'm going to show you transitions. Phone, computer screen, Skype Recorder to this. Yeah, I make things hard for myself. I don't do it deliberately, but, I do it. But without that real rant, we're going to take a quick commercial break. I have a couple of commercials on play. And when I come back for the last 11 minutes of the show, I'm going to pass it over to you, and you can ask me anything and say anything you want.
Cool. You're in the hot seat.
A message for yourself or as a gift for someone else. For personal connections, shout-outs, birthdays, proposals, weddings, and much more. Enter your details about yourself so the celebrity can record a personal video message, especially for you, including details such as your name, age, birthday, hobbies, or whatever else you include. As soon as the video has been recorded, you'll get an email with your link so you can share it on social media or download and keep it. Celebrities record videos as and when they can, usually within 2 weeks. But if you want a video for a specific date and it does not look like it will arrive in time, you can cancel it and get an instant refund at the click of a button. There are hundreds of celebrities to choose from and many more joining every day. Search by category or genre. Buy a gift voucher, get updates and offers, and encourage your favorite celebrities to join so they can connect with fans in a fun and unique way. Raise money for their charities and much more. So order your video now for yourself or for someone else.
I'm so bored.
something really cool?
Yeah!
Now you'll never be bored again with Loot Crate, a totally bodacious mystery box packed with awesome toys, radical games, and other surprises. And the best part is, you can get Loot Crate delivered right to your door. So don't delay. Ask your parents and order today.
Everything okay in there? Yeah, everything great. I love Loot Crate.
Batteries not
Ladies
included.
and gentlemen, welcome back to 323. Here with a good friend of mine, Janna Davis, and I just want to say thank you for sticking with us. And now, as I said, for the last 11 minutes left to the show, I'm going to pass it over to you. And actually, one easy question I do want to ask you before I pass it over completely is, when you were in college and growing up, did you ever get the chance to do one of those human pyramids, or are you not into the whole human pyramid stuff?
I don't think I know what a human pyramid is. It's like cheerleaders do.
You know, it's funny, every time I mention it, that's the first thing comes to mind. Basically, yes, cheerleaders do it, but it's also like a group activity. So, for an example, you get like five? No, you get 6 people, you have 3 on the bottom, 2 and 1, and you're basically just forming the pyramid form.
Oh, you know what? I didn't do that in college, but actually, I did do that a couple years ago. I did this summer intensive with the Rockettes, and it was like me and like 15-year-olds, like younger people, and I think like one day it was part of their like photo challenge on Instagram to do a pyramid, something like this. So yes, later in life, again, that's it tends to be a theme with me, to like do something a little bit later in life, like a little bit late bloomer, I guess. So yes, I have, but it was a small one, not like a 100-person Cirque du Soleil one or something. Still fun.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, it was still fun.
I'm working on my own YouTube record because I'm a big fan of the human pyramid stuff. I know I'm a loser. Would you be interested in being a part of it, or is that not your cup of tea?
Oh my goodness. I certainly would be interested in like checking it out. I don't know that I would want to put that on my bucket list again. Like, 'cause I've done it. It's been checked off my bucket list. I'm not a super enthusiast of the human pyramid. That being said, like, if you have an idea you want me to be a part of, like, send it to me, shoot it over to me, and who knows, maybe I would be interested. But off the top of my head, like, I kind of feel like I've done that one.
Hey, just throwing it out there.
I love like physical things. As I mentioned, I'm a dancer. I've recently gotten very into like taking fitness classes and whatnot. But like sports and like acrobatic, that type of stuff. Yeah, again, like you would think I would be super into it, but I enjoy watching it. But yeah, I can't even like you can't even get me to do like a cartwheel.
Hey, never say never.
That's true.
Now, I'm going to pass the show over, like I said. You can ask me anything, promote anything. This is your time, so I'm going to pass the show over to you.
I shall take the proverbial mic. So yeah, you just want me to ask you anything?
Yeah, this is your time after all. If there's any projects, you can promote your social media, just whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned earlier that I was the type of kid, like, that always wanted to do lots of things. And I don't think I really mentioned, like, all of those things, but I think, like, one thing that could be helpful maybe to your viewers is that one of those things that I did while I was building my acting career is to work in trade shows. So if you're not familiar, trade shows exist for basically any industry at all. Like, there's a trade show obviously for like automotive, the car shows, boat shows, if you're a comic book nerd, like Comic-Con, there's so many, and all of these different industries, they have companies come and then they hire what's called brand ambassadors or trade show models. And so I, throughout my years doing many different things, that has always been kind of my bread and butter. And I was able to create a networking group for people that are in this industry, or even if you're just like interested in finding out about it, which is called United Trade Show Talent. It's a Facebook group. We are almost to 13,000 people now. And yeah, it can be a super helpful way for people that, like me, maybe wear many different hats, or even like transitioning from one career to the next to kind of get your feet wet in a certain industry, maybe an industry that you're interested in, meet lots of different people, get on the job experience. So for me, it's been just an amazing way that I could support my performance career. Even I did it. I also am a licensed cosmetologist, so I did that while I was going to cosmetology school. So for anybody that's interested, they could check us out on United Trade Show Talent on Facebook. Yeah, I guess I just wanted to plug that. But for you, I've listened to some of your interviews, and just hearing you talk today, I'm very curious of like, what is the dream? Like, what would be your like huge goal for your talk show, for your network? Like, what would you love to see? What exactly is your dream? And yeah, I'll just ask that.
All right. Actually, after the show, I do have a couple of questions for you, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And one of them is about the trade show idea. But to answer your question, just trying to figure out how I'm gonna phrase it. Let's see. Can you just tell me one more time, please?
Oh yeah, like what is your dream for your talk show? Like, how would you like to see it eventually be?
Well, I want to do this until I die, so I'm not saying that to be cute or anything. That's how passionate I am. I would like to be on TV, like, not like an A-lister, maybe like a C-lister, or like a B-lister. Like a B, C lister or whatever. I like to be like Bill O'Reilly, Bill Maher, Kobe O'Brien, David Fallon. Basically just be well known, have my own studio, work for the WWE, TNA Wrestling, and it's pretty funny. I have some great ideas. I'm not going to share them on the air because it's like, oh, people will take advantage of it, but I can tell you off the air about set design. Basically, you know how people have a chair, I'm just trying to catch my breath, sorry. You know how people say, here's a chair, here's a couch, whatever. Well, because I am a wrestling fan, let's do something that will catch the wrestling audience, but at the same time catch the audience attention for the older graphics.
Mm-hmm.
Ask for it. I'm just gonna tell you guys. And the basic, I want a wrestling introduction, a wrestling set. So when you come out, like how they have in the early '90s, the lights, the neon lights, the pink, yellow, blue, and then you have the entrance ramp and the pink, yellow, blue. And above the doorway, I have my logo. They can come out to music if they want to, any type of music. And in the ring, I will actually have... I know it sounds stupid. But I want a wrestling ring. And for an example, if I'm interviewing a wrestler, I can be like, okay, so before we end the show, we're going to have a championship title match. Me versus John Cena for the KeithAndrewNetWork Championship in John Cena can hit me with his finisher, 1, 2, 3. He's parading with the belt. And like, oh yeah, I challenge you to a rematch. I beat John Cena. I said, yay, I beat John Cena. Like something like that. Or just having the most dropped on the floor. Or having a wrestling ring, but have the same thing. A table, couches, and chairs. So you're basically catering to, trying to find the audience, the 30 and up. Okay, we'll go like this. Anyone who's a kid from 4 to about 20 is going to say, I never seen, or anyone for that matter, say, I never seen a talk show that has a wrestling stage and a wrestling ring. So first off, it's very creative, number one. Thank you. And number two, you're also you're adding all together, like the Bill Maher set, Bill Maher set, Bill O'Reilly set. But see, part of when I get worked up at my disability shows. So you have like the wrestling fans you're catering to. You have the Fox News, CNN, Bill O'Reilly, Bill Maher, David Chappelle, Dennis Leary, where you have all these different entities. You're taking little bits of everything, and you're adding. You're making a cake, and you're taking different things from different people. And say, okay, now why do you have the wrestling ring in the stage? Well, you're catering to the wrestling fans, and that's how to get your attention. Okay, now you're catering to. Hang on. We're just going over our time limit. And then I
was like, you're so popular. Other people are like Skyping into you.
Yeah, I was.
Keith, interview me. That's what they're saying.
So basically you have the wrestling ring, and then you have, okay, now you have a little bit of Fox News, and now you have a little bit of HBO. And then you have the uncensored stuff, that's HBO. But you have the set of Fox News, and then you have the surrounding ring dedicated to the wrestling fans. So basically, yes, I'm a big wrestling nerd.
I get that.
And so I want to do something that it's going to get, even if you forget the wrestling ring, just the fact I have that neon set, and you come out and you can do your poses or whatever you want to do, to get your attention to the fans. Just the fact you have that, and you're doing your own show, and it's a good message, you're really saying it's going to stand out more. Instead of saying you got behind a desk and here's a chair or a couch, and it's like it's the same thing as channel 2, 4, whatever. Why not be different? Why not put, or if you don't want to go with the wrestling fame, have little video games around the room, have little trophies, toys. So you get up, you walk around, and you show pictures and everything. It'd be more interactive. That's the thing with everyone today. Be more interactive. That's why I get up and walk around, or you can get up and walk around. And if you do things more interactive, you're going to grab people's more attention. I can't snap my fingers, but you're going to get people's attention more, instead of just sitting on your butt and you being like, okay, we're gonna talk about this. And we're gonna talk about. You see, that's boring. But if you get up, walk around, and show us things, then you're gonna get. Basically, people have short attention spans. So basically, if you combine everything together, then you're going to get more people's attentions. If you do different things.
I think we should wrestle now via Skype just to like try it out. Like, just to test it, you know?
Yeah, you understand. It's just you're doing different things. It's trying to be creative because you have the same people doing the same exact show, doing the same exact speech and song and dance. It's good to be different, to make a long story short.
Absolutely. They say, what's your unique selling point, like in pitching like film, or even, pitching myself as an actor to a new agency or something, like, well, what makes you different? I think like it's really cool about this time, this era that we're in, is like people celebrate what's different about you. It's not about being the same, because it's all been done. It's like that Proverbs, like there's nothing new under the sun. So like, what's unique about your talk show? Oh, you're gonna freaking wrestle with people afterwards. Or like, what's unique about me? Like, I'm a dancer, but I gave it up for like 15 years. That is something to be celebrated, not like to keep hidden or like to be ashamed about.
No, absolutely. Now, wrapping up our interview segment, do have a couple questions for you off the air, so stay tuned. About wrapping up, when I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, going on the record, you can say anything you want. When I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what was your honest opinion? And after being interviewed, how do you feel now?
My first thought was, this guy is crazy. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, to be honest, like, you sent me a Facebook message first, because that's how we were connected, I guess, via Facebook. And to be honest, when I get a Facebook message, I put my kind of like, is this gonna, like, what is this? Because, I'm super out on social media, which is fine. I don't like block people, anything like this. Like, you're kind of like innocent until proven guilty. Yeah. That being said, I do get like sometimes like a random Facebook message, or even like Facebook call. Like, Facebook Messenger has a video capability now, where like I could get a call from somebody from like Iceland or something, that somebody wants to chat with me. It's always like at 3:00 in the morning. But you were not that. I was, after I was like, oh, he's not crazy, then I was interested. I checked you out. You have so many interviews. You're obviously very passionate about what you're doing and trying to inspire other people with learning disabilities. And that aligns with me and like what I want to do to inspire people, that they can do what maybe people thought that they couldn't do. So, after I was like, oh, he's not crazy, then I was just more interested. Yeah.
No, absolutely. It's basically about chemistry, and it is how great interviews is basically if you have chemistry and if you can fool around with the person. That makes a fun interview.
I think we're fun.
Now, wrapping up the interview, it's a real honor and privilege to have you as a guest, and I'm looking forward to having you on later on in the year.
Sounds good. I'll look forward to it. We can do it like outside. I'll build a wrestling. I don't even know what it's called. A wrestling pin. A wrestling.
Oh, ring.
Wrestling ring. I can build a wrestling ring, set, and do it from the outside, and you can have yours.
We'll see
how it goes. But yeah, I look forward to that.